Alright, hello. How's everybody doing today? As usual, I'm your Thursday host, Richie T, also known as Richard T, coming at you live today with something really spicy. So, originally, I was planning to go to Richmond this weekend, and I was going to be in the standard seat for my team, and I was going to stream Bant Scape Shift for you guys because I wanted to get another day of practice in. Well, unfortunately, one of my members ended up getting sick, so I had to cancel my trip to Richmond for the Open. It's unfortunate, but I do get to stream this sweet new deck I've been seeing that I've been wanting to tinker around with and tried a couple different variants. And this is the first one I'm going to try for you guys today. So the deck's called Twiddle Storm, and we'll get to that in a minute. First, we're going to go over 16 of the 20 lands, because we'll get to one in a little bit also. So we have 2 islands for some basics, some Spire Bluffs and Fiery Islets to fix our mana, 4 Lonely Sandbars, which I know seems kind of weird in a modern deck, but trust me, and also 4 Talaria West, which probably also seems weird. So for cantrips, we have 4 Serum Visions and 4 Sleight of Hands to try to make our deck more consistent. And now I'm going to get to the reason why we play a lot of weird things. So we play 4 Dreams Grip and 2 Twiddles to combine with our Lotus field, which essentially makes a Dark Ritual. So the reason we're playing all these come into play tap lands is because really Lotus field is the only land that super matters in this deck, and we just want to be able to find it. So Lonely Sandbar and Talaria West help us find that. Once we find it, the way we win the game is we keep untapping Lotus Field with this card called Psychic Puppetry. So essentially, it's just like another Twiddle or Dreams Grip, but it has Splice onto Arcane for 1 blue. So that's why we're playing cards like Peer Through Depths, Ideas Unbound, Reach Through Mist, and Shift Through Sands, as they are all arcane spells that draw us cards. So with Psychic Puppetry, cards like Peer Through Depths and Ideas Unbound are essentially free card draw. Reach Through Mist actually nets us a mana, and Sift Through Sands still costs us 1 mana, but it has a really cool upside where if we've cast a Reach Through Mist and a Peer Through Depths, we actually get this creature known as the Unspeakable. So now, the Unspeakable is 6 colorless and 3 blue for a 6/7 flying trample that whenever he deals combat damage to a player, you can return an arcade card from your graveyard to your hand. Now, he's just kind of like a backup plan. I'm not even sure if the Shift Through Sands and the Unspeakable are actually correct for the deck, but they seem really fun and I want to give them a try out. Essentially, this is even castable off just a couple of Twiddle effects. But the main way we plan to win the game is we have 3 Past in Flames and 2 Grape Shots, so we'll eventually just storm out on our opponent. This deck is very similar to High Tide and Legacy almost. I think it's like the best comparison I can think of. And that's pretty much the main deck. So now we're going to move on to sideboard, where we have a lot of removal spells on our side. We have an Engineered Explosives, as it can be tutored up with Talaria West, as well as the only counterspell on our sideboard, Pact of Negation. We have a Lightning Bolt and a Fry for when we got to deal with Planeswalkers, 2 Abrades for also dealing with creatures and artifacts, an Echoing Truth for bouncing multiple permanents of the same name, a Wipe Away for in case we need to get around counter magic, and then a Rebuild for being able to bounce multiple things such as like a Chalice of the Void and a Trinisphere, or even a Reset the Game with Mycosynth Lattice from our opponent. The rest of our sideboard is just alternate win cons we can board in and out of depending on our matchups. 2 Thing in the Ice for against creature decks as a reset. 3 Aria the Flame for dealing with troublesome planeswalkers or also just winning the game without our graveyard. And then Empty the Warrens as a go wide part of the Stormkill. So that's the deck. I'm excited to give it a try and play it for you guys. But beforehand, as always, we got to head over to momsbasementgames.tcgplayerpro.com and shout out our sponsor. Mom's Basement Games is the best shop for any singles you might need for Magic the Gathering. Maybe you need some Hogaks to get in some last Hogacking before the banning, some Llanowar Elves for playing those ramp decks in Standard, some Lava Coils for killing Phoenixes, or some Aria of the Flames if you want to be the one phoenixing, Mom's Basement Games has you covered. As well, if you're watching on YouTube in the future, thank you. Check down in that description box below for all the links I'm going to talk about, but try to tune in live on our Twitch sometimes, as we'd like to have a good time here. For everyone watching on Twitch right now and on YouTube in the future, thank you, but please try to give us a like on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at MomsBasementMTG. As well as for everyone watching live on Twitch right now, check out our YouTube channel at some point for the best standard, modern, legacy, vintage, pauper, and commander content. On top of that, I would super appreciate it if you gave me a follow on Twitter. My Twitter is at RichardTMTG. I got you for 20 minutes, Nate. Perfect. Hopefully I can show you some memeage. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I talk about Magic, League of Legends, memes, a lot of TFT, anything else you want to message me about, hit me up on Twitter. If you're looking for any more content from us, you can find us both on Instagram at Mom's Basement Games, or you can find me personally at Instagram at RichieT2196. But I think that's enough talking. How about we get to twiddling some people? Hey, twiddle twiddle, the cat and the fiddle. Yeah, the deck's definitely not easy. And again, I'm not 100% sure my build's perfect. I hopped into a free game, and the Sift Through Sand seemed kind of awkward, but I want to give them a try in a full league and decide from there. Like, I could see these 5 cards, the Sifts and the Unspeakable, supposed to be, like... Really, there's, like, so many options that they could be. That's kind of the fun thing about a new archetype like this. Okay. So, we have the Unspeakable in our hand, which is really bad. We don't have any way to find a Lotus field. So, I think this hand's a pretty easy mulligan. Ooh, yikes. Our hands are not doing so great in the opener. We're going to mulligan to 5. Luckily, this deck does mulligan well, as you really only need a Lotus field in order to really go off. This hand doesn't have one, but we can keep these 5 cards, I think, as these 2 will probably help us go off if we do find the land. So we're going to go ahead and keep these, put the Unspeakable and Sift Through Sands on the bottom of our library. And we're going to start off with Island Sleight of Hand. I think we're going to take another Ideas Unbound, as we should be pretty set up for... Oh, actually... Ooh, against Tron. This should be a pretty good matchup, I would assume, if we can find our land. Okay, so not quite what we're looking for. But we're going to go ahead and pass the turn back to our opponent. And we can always cycle this Fiery Islet end of turn.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, what's up, Necrome? How's it going? Ooh, that's a scary sight. Plays Tron piece, cracks Sphere, and then does nothing with it. So, I think we're going to cycle this Islet as... Ooh, there's our Lotus field. And a Serum Visions. Perfect. So, we're going to go ahead and Serum here. We drew another Lotus field, which isn't really what we wanted. And we unfortunately have to bottom both of these, as I do need a way to untap the Lotus field without using the Psychic Puppetry. Interesting. Okay, we can have a lot of ideas. So I think we're just gonna play our Lotus field, sack our 2 lands, and then pass it back to our opponent and set up to win next turn, as we're gonna draw a lot of cards. Okay. Alright, and here we go, chat. I would love to splice. Interesting. Oh, okay, and we drew the Past in Flames. So I believe we are off to the races, as the kids might say. would like to use this ability. And here, we don't actually have another untapper. So I think we're just going to go ahead and draw 3 more. Why do you say that I'm a kid, Ryan? Alright, now let's... 1, 2, 3. Let's Serum Visions. Definitely interested in this grape shot, as that's how we're going to win the game. Alright, and I think we're doing it, chat. We're going to go ahead and reach through Mist with the Psychic Puppetry. Let's go ahead and take a sleight of hand here. And I would like to untap. Yeah, we'll take Dream here. Alright, so Tron definitely seems like a pretty favorable matchup for us. I am not 'cause you're old. Alrighty, and this should get us there. And we did it. First attempt, we twiddled our opponent. Alright. I think our opponent kept a pretty bad hand, though. Alright, and we're up a game against Tron. So what type of things aren't good against Tron? I don't like this EE against Tron. I don't really think we want to empty the Warrens against Tron. I can maybe see wanting some of these artifact bouncing cards. I think Arya is probably a bit too slow against Tron. Same with Thing in the Ice. Although I could see wanting some of these win cons so that way we don't just like automatically lose to Graveyard Hate. Don't really want a Braids against Tron. Nor Fry. Lightning Bolt seems meh. I think this is a matchup where we can board out the Unspeakable. And probably like a Past in Flames. But then we want another win con. So what win con do we want? What do you guys think, chat? What else should we board in against Tron? And we also have to take out some cards. I think the wipe away is probably not too needed. Same with the rebuild. So now the question is, do we want to bring in some win cons? I actually don't think Pact of Negation does anything against us. And I think our best win con is probably just It's actually probably just the unspeakable, actually. So I think we'll bring her back in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What does chat think of this? We'll go ahead and try it.
How is this deck so far?
Killed Tron on like turn 4, so.
Burn-esque.
So we have a slight and some card draw to try to find it. We also have a lot of lands we can cycle. Nah, you're good, Supernova. We're gonna try this. Our opponent keeps the Leyline of the Void, which is exactly why I had the Echoing Truth in. Definitely means we probably want to bring the Wipe Away in. But we can just try to unspeakable them. So here we're going to Spire Bluff and then Sleight of Hand. We don't really need more lands, so I think we'll take the Grape Shot. Might just be able to storm off on them. Ancient Stirrings from our opponent. Into an Urza's Mine. And another Sphere. Okay. So we'll go ahead and cast Serum Visions. Trying to find our Lotus field. So we'll just bottom up on these. And pass it back with the plan to cycle Lonely Sandbar into turn. Man, our opponent had it all. Leyline of the Void into turn 4 Tron. Turn 3, but they can't do anything with it, so. I had a game against Hogak where I actually mulliganed to double Leyline of the Void, but only had 2 of the same Tron pieces and just like died to their beats. So, that's kind of the awkward thing about Leyline of the Void in Tron. Is once you commit to bringing it in. Oh, there's our Lotus field. Okay. So now we just need a way to untap it. So Serum Visions, Peer Through Depths, and Sift. So 3. This gets us the unspeakable, but I think based off our hand, we're actually going to bottom on both of these. Cast this Sleight of Hand. Take the Twiddle. And then Lotus field here. So we just need the Psychic Puppetry at this point. And we should be able to go off. Because we'll be able to draw a bunch of cards. Yep, that Worm Coil Engine is fine. Yep, your Relic does a whole lot with your Leyline of the Void in play. How's it going, by the way, Chuck? Good luck to everyone at OHG playing Modern. Alright. So we're going to start by casting Dark Ritual. I would like to use Twiddle's ability. Then... So we have 3, 4, 5, 6 mana total. I think we can go ahead and try to draw 3 here. Okay, we found the Psychic Puppetry, so we are in the business, as the kids might say. Tron seems like a pretty good matchup for this deck. It reminds me a lot of like how Storm is against Tron. Alright, so now it's just a matter of storming out. So we start by drawing a million cards. Okay. Now I think we go ahead and Serum Visions.
Oh, yeah.
What's up?
You got a follower.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah. Gotta keep
Hey,
it
Messi the Bandito, thanks for the follow, man. Okay, there's a Sift. We're gonna bottom up on these lands here. Then I think we just start making some mana so we can cast this Sift through Sands. So we're gonna untap our land, float 3 blue, and then we can cast this Sift, splicing the puppetry. And we have to discard a card. So we'll just go ahead and discard another one of these Lotus fields. Make some more blue. Cast the Sleight of Hand. Okay, that's our second grape shot, so our opponent should be dead, just about. Let's make sure I don't screw this up. Okay. Yes, I would like to untap. So now we just make a bunch of mana and up our storm count in case our opponent has something tricky. Add some blue. We could actually keep going by cycling. We're going to hold on to this one and cycle. Again, I just want to try our best to make sure our opponent can't do anything. I don't get why Ryan keeps calling me a kid other than the fact that he's super old. Grab Dream's Grip. Float a bunch of blue. Untap. Cycle. We found a Sift, which we can technically cast. It solves the fact that Unspeakable's sweet. I don't know. I just wanted to give it a try. The main thing that I thought with it is it's an alternate win con in game 1. So I gotta spend one more. Let's just spend this blue. I would like to use its ability. Oh. I didn't want to use that one. Whatever. We just shuffled our deck. It's fine. Baby, please don't go, 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 go. Bonk. Like, playing the Unspeakable package, like, could possibly be wrong. But I want to give it a try, at least. And I already, like, have, like, a bunch of, one of my friends is actually building this deck, and I sent him, like, a bunch of the other cards I've seen people playing in its place. Just in case it does turn out to not be that good. Oh. Undo. Float mana first, Richie. I feel like this is definitely a deck that's easier to play in paper. Alright. And I think think we are good to just grape shot him here. Alright. Storm count, what, like 24, I think? Well, 24. Alright, 1-0 in the league. Beat Tron in our first round.
Will you put the jams on for me?
Sure.
Thanks, man. That's right. Down.
This one, right? Been requested to play some music, so
Oh, yeah.
gonna turn it on for y'all.
Nice spot. I'm in the zone.
And we found our opponent. Yeah, I mean, we could have killed our opponent pretty early there, but we, I just wanted to have some fun and see, just in case they had anything else. I didn't think that they would, but... So we're going to 5 here. We went to 5 in game 1 last time, though. So this hand has 2 lands, but unfortunately they can't be played. Our opponent kept, and we'll mulligan again. Okay. This hand is pretty close to what we want. We're going to keep 1, 2, 3, probably these 5. Put the sandbar and the reach on bottom. And just lead on Spire Bluff Canal and pass. Reason why I kept the Dreams Grip over... Oh, another Tron opponent. Alright.
Christmas.
Reason why I kept the Dream over the Reach is we just really need mana to get started. So because we're against Tron, I'm actually thinking I might just play this Fiery Islet and sack it right away. But I think we want to get the Lotus field before he can play Karn. So, yeah. We'll just play Talaria West, pass, and then Lotus field next turn. We could always just cycle the Islet next turn depending on what we draw. We'll see. Okay, we drew Sift through Sands. So... don't really have anything I want to discard. I think... yeah, I think we're just going to get the Lotus field down. Because if they Karn away one of our lands, we then can't cycle the Fiery Islet. Notably, the Sifts could have been some other things that could have given us more mana, potentially. This a Thought-Knot Seer? Chalice of the Void for 2. That's unfortunate. I think we can maybe win through that, though. So they're Eldrazi Tron. Another Ideas Unbound is not the way we can beat that. How in do we need to go? I think we're just gonna cast the Sift here. Twiddle and Peer through depths. We're gonna discard the Ideas Unbound and play our land for turn and then pass. We unfortunately don't have any answer to this Chalice in game 1. but we could potentially try to unspeakable our opponent. Probably lose like a dream grip here. Yeah. And smasher. Yep. So we are facing down lethal next turn. And we drew another 2-drop. So I think we're gonna pass. And depending on what our opponent does, we can just twiddle down there, Thought Knot Seer, and then cycle the Fiery Islet. Probably just at this game though. Super dead to that one. Alright, so a really good draw from our opponent. Eldrazi is a deck I think that's pretty well positioned right now. So against Eldrazi, I think we trim a Past in Flames. I think Aria is probably too slow. I think we need all of our answers to Chalice, but I don't like Pact of Negation. Thing in the Ice seems really good against them. Fry doesn't seem so great. Since we're boarding in a lot of other win cons, we can probably trim a Grape Shot. Lightning Bolt doesn't do a whole lot here. Then we have 7 more cuts. I don't think Empty is going to be that great against them. I think the Thing in the Ices are probably just better. What do you think we can trim now, chat? Or what do you think just isn't good in this matchup? If you guys have any recommendations, I'd appreciate it. I'm thinking we can probably trim like a slight, a twiddle. I think the unspeakable is too cute here. I could see that. So 3 more cuts. I'm thinking they're probably going to Chalice us on 2 like the last game. So we might just not want like the Echoing Truth and a Braid. Maybe just like rely on the rebuild and the wipe. Although I can see us trimming a Sift. Because we did take out the Unspeakable. I don't think we can take out too many of them because we still need card draw. Okay. We're gonna try this. I'm not 100% sure if this is right. This might be over sideboarding. Again, kind of an unfortunate hand that we can't keep just due to our mana. So this hand's kind of slow, but I think it's fine. I think we keep it. And I think we're putting one of the Dream Grips to the bottom. Yeah. The old Leyline of the Void. So for turn 1, I think we'll just lead with the Fiery Islet and pass. And then decide what we want to do from here. So, do we want to cycle or try to draw lands for this Talaria West? I think we're fine waiting a turn. Okay. So, this hand's pretty slow, but they did have the Leyline of the Void. Mind Stone, sure. Wipe Away is pretty good. We can Talaria West, then Wipe Away. This hand is very slow, but I think that's fine. Trying to decide if we Dreams Grip our opponent's Temple to not get Thought Knot seared. I just don't think our hand super cares. Like, our hand cares about a Thought Knot, but I think we can win through a Thought Knot. Wouldn't have mattered anyway, so kind of glad we didn't do it. This the Chalice for 2. Okay. Well, we have the Wipe Away for that. So, first and foremost, I think we transmute. Grab our Lotus field. And then, do we play it this turn? It's 4 mana next turn either way. But... trying to see if there's much of a difference. I guess this lets us keep the Lonely Sandbar in our hand to cycle. So yeah, I think we're gonna do this. Sacking the West in the Sandbar, and then passing back. I think we have to bounce that Chalice. I don't think we get to bounce the Leyline, but as you've seen against Tron earlier, we can win through a Leyline. Yep, you got an Endbringer opponent. Okay. So we'll float 3 blue. Cast Wipe Away on... Well, if we're gonna Wipe Away, then I guess we can cast some 1-drops first. Yeah. Because if we find Engineered Explosives, we can still take this a little slow. And then we can EE away the Chalice, and then Wipe Away the Leyline, and go off with our graveyard. Thing in the Ice. That's interesting. So we can't play Thing in the Ice. So we untap this, we go to 1 mana, and we can Wipe Away Chalice, play Thing. But how do we plan to win from there? Oh, we can actually... No. So... 3, 4, 5... 2... Yeah, I think our best bet is to just hopefully get there with the thing in the ice. So we untap this. Make 3 blue. Wipe away the chalice. Play thing in the ice and pass. Now this Endbringer is going to be kind of tough to fight through. This matchup seems a lot harder than traditional Tron. Due to like Chalice of the Void and Endbringer's kind of awkward against how we want to sideboard against them. This is probably just the Chalice again. Yep. Expedition map, sure. We're gonna go ahead and take this 5 here. So I'm not sure we can actually flip our thing in the ice this turn. Well, with that maybe we can. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, well let's start with Serum Vision. Because I didn't wait till end of turn because I figured getting the thing in the ice down was better. And okay, that's good. Wait. Yeah, that's good. So 1. The Peer Through Depths doesn't do anything. The Twiddle lets us flip thing. So we splice here. Yes. Yeah, this deck's really cool. Untap our land to flip. Set up flipping thing. Float 3 blue. Cast this, untapping this. Which is gonna get countered. I assume they choose to make our... They choose to draw a card. Interesting. Let's cycle. Then go to combat and smack for 8. So now we just hit again and then try to build up a storm count in our hand. Well, that plan fails. Serum. Pretty sure we're just dead. Waiting on the opponent. Yeah, Chalice on 2 is pretty brutal. We might want to make one of the abrades like another wipe away or potentially a second rebuild. Anyways, the reason we didn't end step it is because I had already tapped the Lotus field and I wouldn't be able to Thing in the Ice. So if we would have gone to our next turn, we could have... Maybe that was the right play. It just seems like a lot of wasted storm count. But maybe that's just not what we're focusing on. Because we have 3. We go to 2. We would have had like 2 mana to work with. And yeah, we're not winning through the Sunbringer, so GG's opponent. Chalice of Void pretty brutal. One of the awkward things about like the Sift Through Sands Unspeakable version. Well, like the thing is I was thinking more about the Thing in the Ice as opposed to storming off. Like I understand how I could potentially storm off, but I don't have, I didn't have like any of the psychic puppetries to make these into like free draw 3s. So I'm just hoping to either draw into them or twiddles at that point. And like the downside is if I fail with this, I have to discard 3 cards. So it's pretty unlikely we come back, especially in a situation like that. I think this hand's pretty good. We need an untapper and our land. So maybe this hand was actually a mulligan. The more that I'm thinking about it now. It is kind of slow too. Looting off gemstone means dredge. Yep. The Hogak dredge deck. So we'll play Lonely Sandbar and pass. Opponent mills Stitcher Supplier, double land. Loam is their weakest dredge card also, so their hand might not be that great. Satyr Wayfinder. And it looks like they bend all 4. Yep. No, they took the Copperline Gorge actually. Okay, there's our Lotus field. So now we just need the Puppeteer. Unfortunately not there, but we do get to take this Spire Bluff. Spire Bluff comes in untapped after Lotus field. Let's Talaria West because this doesn't actually do anything for us. It's getting a little chilly in here.
Freezing?
No, my opponent creeping chilled me.
You got me. You fucking got me with that.
Opponent has a Bloodghast in the yard. They loot. Hit another creeping chill. Now it looks like they're deciding their discards. This Faithless Looting feels like they definitely have a land to me. Because otherwise they could have loamed and then cast Hogak that way. Yeah. So I think we have to try to go off next turn. Eight, 9, 10, 11. Yeah. I think we have to just try to kill him. I would have liked to have been able to wait one more turn to try to more likely find a puppeteer, but that ain't what the Gak do. What the Gak do is kill you. So we're gonna float 2 blue, play the Lotus field, sack these lands, untap it, float 3 more blue, and draw 3. Oh, the unspeakable. So we could reach through mist, or we discard 3, discarding grape shot, past unspeakable, and we just hope they don't hit another creeping chill is all. What's more likely? We would have an extra mana then. 3, 4. Yeah. I don't know what game I'm about to concede to inactivity, but okay. That was weird.
You getting trolled?
No, like Moto popped up a box. No idea.
Shut your mouth, Moto.
So next turn we'll draw another 3 and hopefully hit a puppetry. Our opponent probably flashes back a looting here and dredges 9 unless they hit another Stinkweed Imp. Trying to hit what I think is typically their last creeping chill. 'Cause I'm pretty sure they only play 3 in this deck. Okay, no hit. Hit some Blood Gas, but those don't have haste. No Cathartic Reunion, or not Cathartic Reunion, no, what do you call it, Conflagrate, so I think we get another turn. Alright, let's start by drawing 3. Okay, there's the puppetry, so we are in business now. I would like to use this ability. Make 3 mana. Use it all to draw 3 cards and untap this land. So another puppetry doesn't net us any more mana. So we're gonna make 3 Serum Visions. I think we're gonna bottoms up here. Cast Reach. Drawing another Pier, okay. And we're gonna untap this. I don't want to splice that, I don't have the mana. Peer Through Depths, Ideas Unbound, Twiddle. I think we need more mana, so we're gonna take Twiddle. Any order? Yes. Float 3. 3, go to 5, go to 6, go to 7. We can start casting things from the graveyard, but we don't have one of these in hand then. So I think we just... peer through depths with one of these on it. I think we take the Dream Grip here. Any order, yes. Make 3 blue. Twiddle our land. Make 3 red. Untap, make 3 blue. 4, 5. We cast Past in Flames using all but 2 blue. Then we... where are they? Where are Reach Through Mists? Am I blind? There's one. Alright, and our opponent concedes, so we got the GAC in game 1. So I think this Unspeakable package is pretty bad against them. Like I said, this might be too cute. I seen it on Twitter and I thought I wanted to try it. So we gave it a try. I'm expecting Graveyard Hate so we can trim a Past, but we need other win cons at that point. Aria seems slow. Empty seems pretty good against them. I don't expect a lot of artifacts from them. Don't expect Echoing Truth or counter spells to be needed. Thing in the Ice is an interesting alternate win con. Don't think we want Wipe Away. I just don't think having them pick their Hogak back up is how we win. Braids and Fry don't seem very good. Bolt doesn't seem very good. And I don't think EE is how we actually want to battle this deck. So how do we feel about this, chat? We took out the Unspeakable and a Sift Through Sands and a Past in Flames, and we brought in 2 Thing in the Ice and an Empty the Warrens. I think this is probably the best way to do it against the Gaxter. We want to hopefully be able to Past in Flames, but if they have a Leyline of the Void, maybe that's reasoning for wanting some bounce spells. Maybe that's why we want like Wipe Away or Echoing Truth. I think Echoing Truth is probably just better than Empty the Warrens. I don't really think making a bunch of goblins is a good way to beat that deck.
Can you wipe away a GAC too? Save yourself some turns?
Yeah. You can probably trim another Sift and bring in this Wipe Away. Sift gets a lot worse without the Unspeakable. Yeah, let's try this. What do you guys think about that, the way I end up sideboarding? Took out these 4.
How'd you do that?
Right click, view sideboard. Yeah. You know nothing about Moto, do you? Oh. Can't mulligan hand with Lotus Field and 2 lands in it, so we're gonna keep. We just need to really find a Psychic Puppetry. We get to Serum Visions on too. Our opponent mulliganed down to 5, so they're either mulliganing like Gak do, or they are digging for a Leyline of the Void. It's really a toss-up, honestly. Alright, our opponent leads on the old Dryad Arbor. Man, if I had a red source, I'd honestly think about grape shotting that on too. So, Lotus Field, not quite what we wanted to draw. We only really want one of those, but we'll just play our Talaria West tapped and pass. Man, our opponent must have a really slow hand. Oh no, they shocked. Never mind. Cathartic pitching Loam and Stitchers. They hit another Loam. They hit a Gak. Okay. They ditch Conflagrate and Golgari Thug. Okay. Ooh, we draw Fiery Islet. So chat, do I grape shot this Dryad Arbor? I kind of want to, because I really want to slow him down from Hogacking us. I'm going to do it, chat. This could 100% be a wrong play, but we're doing it. Get him, strip mine. They might not even have green mana for their Life from the Loam now.
City.
Listen, you ever hear Bolt the Bird? Well, grape shot the Dryad Arbor. That's the new motto. My opponent's trying to figure out if they can dredge back their Dryad Arbor right now. Okay, they did dredge. Milled over lands, Assassin's Trophy, Stitcher, Supplier. Man, if they don't play a land here, I'm going to feel like the smartest guy on Earth. Damn it. Let me feel smart, opponent. I don't get to do that often. Alright, they're shocking it up. What you got, opponent? Ah, yes. Cast that Life from the Loam. Pick back up that Dryad Arbor that I grape shot. Okay. So this Talaria doesn't have anything we really want to get with it. I think we're going to just start by Serum Visioning. Okay. I'm not really in for the reach, but I'm in for the Ideas Unbound. And we're actually going to just play the Talaria Western Pass here because it gives us more mana next turn. And we're nowhere near dying, so we may as well take a little bit of time. Try to get to use our resources, maybe draw a card off this Fiery Islet. We're really just looking for an untapper at this point. A Puppetry would be the best. Maybe that's reasons to bin the Ideas Unbound, but I feel like we also need to see some more cards. The old cast Golgari Thug, play Dryad Arbor for land for turn to convoke Hogak. Nice. So now if we find a puppetry in the top 2 cards of our deck with sleight of hand, we're kind of in business. If not, we can just dig some cards and try to find something. We're still at 19 life, so 8, 9, 10. Let's say they loam, they go to 6, they go to 9, 10. We're actually dead next turn. Good old fucking Hogak. Just always trying to kill us. So we're gonna go ahead and cycle this Lonely Sandbar here. Okay. We need some ways to make mana, preferably a puppetry here. Or no, they can't kill us, actually. Because they go to 6. Oh, there's the puppetry anyways. So they go to 6, and we're just going to try to kill them. Maths for not me. Oh, that's not the card I want to cast. That's the card I want to cast. We'll take the Peer Through Depths here. Float 2 blue. Play the Lotus field, stacking these Talaria West. Then we'll Reach Through Mist, slicing Puppetry on it. I would like to untap. Oh, we drew Dream's Grip. That's more mana. And we're going to start by drawing 3 cards. So let's just dig some more. We're actually pretty close to just killing the Gak here. We just kind of need more mana. Dream's Grip is +2. Reach Through Mist is +1, but it's also plus a card. So 5. We're just gonna take the Dream's Grip on this one, I think. Float 3 blue. Cast Peer Through Depths, slicing. Oh, we get 2 Sift Through Sands here. So, not much of a choice. Then we make 3 mana. We untap. We make 3 red. We untap. We make 3 blue. And we can cast In Flames using all of our red. Then we can start with an Ideas Unbound to draw 3 more cards. Cast an Ideas Unbound from our hand to draw 3 cards. Cast another Ideas Unbound from our hand for a free draw 3. Man, who needs Ancestral Recall in Modern when you got Puppetry? Alright, so then we will float 3 blue. Cast a Reach Through Mist from our graveyard. Float 3 blue. Cast a Peer Through Depths from our graveyard. Take a Twiddle. Any order, yes. Float 3 blue. And our opponent concedes. We just 2-0'd Hogak. Alright, so 2-1 right now with Twiddle Storm. This deck's great. This deck's so much fun. I'm not sure if these Sifts and the Unspeakable are actually correct for the deck. but I definitely think there's some legs here. You're kind of like Storm, except the way you ramp, people really can't target because they can't target Lotus Field. I would love to be in a match. Let's go. Give our opponent the GLHF. And we have sleight of hand to try to find a land. And a land's really all we need to get this hand going. We still need a puppetry, but we can try to find that. We're against the Goblins! Who invited the Goblins? Oh, oh. It's not F6 to return. Ooh. Okay, we need the other land for Lotus Field, so we'll take it. Gruel Goblins. Dragon Fodder. Oh, baby. Are we back in Standard? And notably, he's playing the good Dragon Fodder artwork. The one where they're supposed to be getting fed to dragons. Not, yeah. Do we have 3 cards to discard to just cast an Ideas Unbound on 2? So we Spire Bluff, we draw 3. We can discard Past, Lonely Sandbar. And then if we draw something to discard, we can discard it. But if we cycle the Sandbar, because we have next turn 1, 2, 4 mana, go to 2 mana. I actually think we're going to just value Ideas Unbound here. Perfect. We drew the Psychic Puppetry for next turn. Everything's going according to plan. Discard Past in Flames, Lonely Sandbar, Tolaria West. Sometimes you just gotta cast a 2 mana Faithless Looting with an extra card attached. It's not the worst card I've ever played in Modern. Oh boy, here comes them goblins! 4, 5, 6, 7. We go down to 10. And I think we're in a good spot to hopefully win next turn. We got the horses in the back, so we'll see. Titan Strength! You got it, opponent! I'm at 7. Alright, let's get him, I guess, guys. I almost feel bad for beating this opponent. I'm pretty sure they're using the Moto starter collection in the deck. Alright, let's start with a Hey Twiddle Twiddle. The cat and the diddle. The cow jumped into Josh's butt.
That's so true.
So we're going to untap this here Lotus Field. And draw ourselves 3 cards. Yeah. We drew 3 not good ones. So let's make more blue mana. Cast this Reach Through Mist with this Psychic Puppetry. Man, we are finding all of the lands right now. And we're going to go ahead and cast another Reach Through. And find another Reach Through. So we're going to go ahead and cast it again. And we find a Sift Through Sands. So we would float 3, have 4. We'd have 6, so we could still Past in Flames after it. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and sift through those sands. Okay, we found a Sift and an Ideas Unbound. We're gonna discard this Talaria West. Use its ability. Float 3 more blue. Ideas Unbound with the Psychic Puppetry. Okay, and now I'm gonna take you to the candy shop. I'll let you lick my lollipop. I'll show you what I got. I won't stop till I make you drop. Whoa. Peer through depths. And we get to put the unspeakable into play. Hell yeah. Let's go. Take a Twiddle. Any order. Yes. This one's for all the people that told me not to play the unspeakable. Bam. 0 mana, 6/7. How do we lose? Plot twist, that could actually just totally like overkill. Flip some red mana. Flip some more blue mana. Float some more blue mana. Grape shot our opponent. What? Where am I? What's going on? Oh, I'm being dumb. That's what's going on. So many grape shots. So little time. Then we'll Pith. And just grape shot our Goblin's opponent again. Getting that RPM up on me. We'll be ready for Star Realms and God, what's that game called? Yeah, no, the Blizzard game where you gotta click a lot. Someone in chat help me out because I'm drawing a blank. So, against Goblins, I think this Unspeakable package is probably just too cute, unfortunately. I was hoping it'd be good. Fry doesn't seem good. Pack doesn't seem good. Not Heroes of the Storm. It's one of the other ones. It's not Hearthstone. It's not Heroes. It's not WoW. It's not Overwatch. It's whatever the other one is. So I don't think we want Empty against Goblins. Don't think we want Aria. Starcraft, there we go. I knew Star was in the name. Thank you, Astro. So against Goblins, what else do we want to do? I don't really see Goblins playing a lot of graveyard hate. I think we can probably trim a Sift since we're taking out the Unspeakable though. I think this like targeted bounce spells are probably not very good. I like Thing in the Ice because I feel like that buys us a lot of time. And I feel like removal spells might just not be what we want to do against Goblins. EE is pretty good because it's like a pseudo board wipe. And I think because we're bringing in the Thing in the Ices, we can maybe trim a Past in Flames also. Or I actually like trimming a Grape Shot more than I like trimming a Past in Flames. Or, yeah, we're going to trim a Grape Shot. What does chat think of this? For against the old Gabarinos. We need Russ in chat since he's the rogue goblin. He'd know how to help me, right? I think we want all of our stuff that keeps us consistent and makes us go fast. Yeah, we're gonna try this. Sif wasn't awful that game, it's just like a draw too, but I don't know if we really want it. So with this hand, we have the EE, and we have 2 sleight of hands to try to find some arcane spells and the Lotus field, so I think we're gonna keep. Wait, our opponent has Scolding Tarn in their deck?
Telling you, fear the goblins, man.
But they're...
You make fun, but you may die.
They're playing Titan Strength still. Interesting choices, opponent. Alright, we're just gonna go ahead and sleight of hand, try to find our Lotus field. No Lotus field, but another sleight or a lonely sandbar. We'll take the sleight of hand. I forgot to mention at the beginning of the stream, but I'm also going to be doing our giveaway for last month today. I'll be doing that at the end of the stream. Our Goblin's opponent didn't play a Goblin before attacking, and didn't Titan Strength. Light up the stage. Alright. They hit land a Tarka's command after playing another Found Street Denizen. Man, this deck's dope. Okay, another Psychic Puppetry. So we're going to go ahead and slight. Still trying to find that Lotus field. I think we have enough Psychic Puppetries. We're going to actually take a Sift through Sands here. Play this tapped and pass.
Is their name Do Meow Meow?
Do Meow Meow. That's great. I like the cut of our opponent's jib.
Oh, me too.
I mean, you're right. I wouldn't expect a Titan Strength after cracking a Tarn. But one of those cards is modern playable, and I'll let you decide which. Look at that, chat. Look at that.
Oh, God, yeah.
Let me go to the close-up real quick. Look at that. That's beautiful.
Oh, God, yeah. We did.
Alright. Foil Loving's over. Our opponent chose to cast Dragon Fodder instead of the Atarka's command they have in Exile. I guess it's technically more damage. Wait. No, I don't think that's true, actually. It's 1 point less of damage. Interesting choice, opponent. We could just pop this Explosives. Dude. It's all about the twiddle. So I think we're gonna EE on on 1 here. So we're gonna take another turn off because again we just really need to find this Lotus field. I will declare no blocks, opponent. I will now pop the Engineered Explosives. Actually. Now, we're going to take 4. We can cycle our Fiery Islet this way. They hit another skull. What is going on? Why does our opponent have did they spend all their mana on their fancy land base instead of buying good cards for their Goblins deck?
Now I'm rooting for this guy. I hope fucking Del Meow Meow fucking whacked your ass. After seeing that.
Oh gosh. This guy.
This guy.
Do Meow Meow, you are something else. And if you're in chat, thank you for the quality amusement.
Proud of you.
Proud of you, bud. Okay. So, we just need to find our Lotus here. And, we can get after it. Still no Lotus. So, we'll take the Dream Grip. Play our Spire Bluff and pass. Hopefully we don't die. Alright, we're gonna go to a game. Wait. No, I can. Yeah. Alright, game 3, opponent. Turns out just drawing lightning bolts are good enough. Maybe we were supposed to draw 3 there, but I don't know.
Forget the goblins.
The EE was kind of awkward. I don't think there's really anything better than the EE. Maybe Grape Shot. But I feel like we need like a mini Grape Shot in order to do what Engineered Explosives would do. A Thing in the Ice would have been a pretty good find there. Because all of our like Dream Grips and Twiddles are essentially 0 mana spells that can help flip it faster. What do you think, chat? Do we run it back for game 3 against Goblins with Titan Strength and foil Scolding Turns?
What are the Aria Flames for? I haven't seen you bring those in yet.
They're for when you expect a lot of graveyard hate.
Okay.
And like them and Thing in the Ice come in like a lot of the same situations. Just like you'll board out like all but like 1 Past in Flames, or you'll board out 1. And then like when the Unspeakable package also isn't good. They're for like against like control decks or anything like that. Thoughts and opinions, chat. Do we just try this back again? I've tried to make a lot of utility in my land base out of what a lot of the lists are playing. A lot of the lists you'll see playing like a bunch of islands. I just think it's better to play like all the lands that cycle or can help find us Lotus Field more. Sure, we might have to have a land come into play tap, but I think that's fine. Okay. This hand doesn't really do much, so I think we're going to take a mulligan here. Alright. So we have our Lotus Field. We have an untapper. We just need spells at this point. So we're going to keep and we're going to bottom one of these Past in Flames. Our opponent also mulligans to 6. We're going to take this Fiery is Lit because we need our second land for the Lotus Field. No 1-drop from our opponent. Okay. So this is essentially 6 mana on our next turn. So I think we're going to just Explosives for 0 and pass the turn to our opponent. And we get lightning bolted. Yikes, chat. I did not expect Eidolon the Great Revel, so After talking all this crap, we might actually lose to this Goblins deck.
Let's go Goblins!
God damn it, Josh. Alright, we drew a grape shot though. So what does waiting a turn do? Not really sure. Yeah, I think we have to sack both of our lands and take 4 damage to kill this Eidolon here. Alright, Eidolon down, but it did use some of our resources, so hopefully find a way to draw cards here. Goblin Guide from our opponent. Give us a land, Goblin Guide. Not another Eidolon. Okay, that is a land. Go to 3, go to 2, go to 5, go to 1. Da 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 da. 1, 2, 3. I might have just died to goblins with Titan Strength, which is really frustrating. Out here, do we have the second? We don't have the second grape shot in our deck. So the Past in Flames line wouldn't have killed me. I would have gone to 2 actually. So I think that was the line we were supposed to take and try to just buy time. Because yeah, now we're actually just dead. Alright, so we didn't really lose the goblins, we lost the burn. Which, whatever. Eidolon is a very good card. I can't say I expect it out of their deck. I don't really know what I was supposed to expect out of their deck though. So we're 2-2 with Twiddle Storm going into the last round. Hopefully we can make our money back. Like, I had plenty of cards I could have for Eidolon there. Eidolon was not on my radar out of Goblins. Let's, obviously our opponent was not playing a traditional Goblins deck, but I'm curious to see if 8-Whack typically plays Eidolon on the sideboard. Yeah, it's like not even a sideboard card MTG Goldfish has for him. So sometimes you lose to people playing random stuff like that. That's just modern. This hand's great. We can cantrip. It's not great that we have the Unspeakable in our opening hand, but as I've said, I'm not even sure that should really be in our deck. We get Inquisition, which probably takes our Serum Visions, maybe our Peer Through Depths though. Could always be on the hard cast the Unspeakable plan. We're just gonna Spire Bluff and pass. Cycle Sandbar end of turn. Maybe, but like we didn't see anything that would lead into Goblin Storm. Nile Spellbomb. That's gonna be annoying, but we can win through Graveyard Hate. Cycle this Sandbar. We draw a Sift, which would be good if our Unspeakable was in our deck. Go ahead and cast this Sleight of Hand. Twiddle or Talaria West. Just take Twiddle. Again, gets us one step closer to hard casting that the Unspeakable. How close are we? 1, 2, 4, go to 3, that's 6. Card. Oh, our opponent's gonna pop their Spellbomb early. So that could be good for us. They might not realize that our graveyard actually somewhat matters to us. Oh, holy crap, we're playing against Reed Duke! I just realized that, chat. That's actually Reed Duke. Man, now the pressure's on to win. Got a fanboy out on Reed really quick. What are we discarding here? Probably this Unspeakable, considering he has a Liliana the Veil in play. Wonder if this will be on CFB. Okay, there's another land. Darn, no CFB time for the mom's basement. So what are we hoping for here? If we peer, that's 1, 2. We go to the 4 mana. Go to 2 mana. Go up to 4. I think our plan is to just play it slow. So we're just gonna Lotus Field, sacking our 2 lands and pass, with the plan to discard this Talaria West to Lily. That would be awesome if that's what Reed said. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of potential reasons. Alright, so this is 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. Man, we could have hard cast the Unspeakable. So with 9 mana, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. What do we discard if we wait another turn? I say we just start with Peer Through Depths here and see what we hit. We hit a Reach Through Mist or a Dream's Grip. We don't really need more mana. So we'll take the Reach Through Mist. Any order. We're actually supposed to just do this at our opponent's end step. I keep forgetting these are instants. Okay. We're gonna actually just play our land out and then discard a Dream Grip. Get the Stomping Ground tapped. Discard Dream Grip in case of main deck Surgicals. Another Sift. Alright, so... how much do we care if this Lily ults next turn? I don't think we really care, so I think we're fine just like waiting another turn. We just need to build up our resources. Flip the blue. Small thing a lot of people probably don't realize is you actually choose the pile you want to sacrifice, not the pile you want to keep. Another Lily. So we're just gonna sift here. Definitely discard this. And I think we're just gonna discard this land here. Okay. We need 4 mana for that though. But we can twiddle. So is that better than just sifting end of turn? We're really looking for like a draw 3 here. If we do this, we go to 5, we go to 2. Yeah, I think it's actually better to just pass again. Drew another Sift and a Lonely Sandbar. So we'll discard the Lonely Sandbar here. And then to Lily, we'll discard this Twiddle. Reed plays his land out. Alright. Reach Through Mist is the way to start netting us mana. Serum Visions. Peer through depths, psychic puppetry. I think we're going to bottom the puppetry, put this here on top. Cast the peer with the psychic puppetry. Wow. Still no draw threes. Guess we'll go ahead and just take the peer through depths, as it digs us the most cards for it. Wow. We are unlucky. Does Past in Flames get us there? So 3, go to 4, go to 5. 3, go to 4. No, wait. 3, go to 2, go to 5, go to 1. Yeah. Yes. Float blue, twiddle. Float red. Past in Flames using keeping a blue open. Twiddle. Float 3, and we did it. Alright, we're up a game against Reed. Playing Jund. Alright, what's bad against Jund? The unspeakable is bad. This card's probably just not good. It's really cool, though. Empty seems really good against Jund, especially now that they're on Run 6. Reed did not play a creature that game. I think he was missing a win con. This is a matchup that Arya seems great against. Fry and a Braid don't seem very good. Sting in the Ice doesn't seem very good. I don't think we really want a lot of our interaction spells unless we see that he's playing Leyline of the Void. We can probably trim a Past in Flames though.
He's gonna be on Leyline.
Bounce spells just aren't very good against Jund though. Like if he's on Leyline, we have the 3 Arias
Yeah, I think the Arya
and the empty. We can probably trim a Grape Shot here since we're bringing in the empty and the Arias. What do you guys think of Engineered Explosives? You think that's something that our style of deck wants against Jund? I could see taking out like the EE and then probably a Sift as our last card since it's, you know, just card neutral. It's card neutral with probably the worst selection out of anything. I could even see taking out the second Sift for the Engineered Explosives. Okay. I think we're going to go ahead and try it like this. I think this gives us the best top decks possible for the most part. I can see this being a kind of tough matchup with discard spells. Okay. Our hand has a lot of cantrips right now, but that could be anything. So we'll go ahead and keep.
Mage is gonna be a goddamn house.
Our land has hexproof. No turn 1 discard spell is good for us. There's an Arya. You know, I'm gonna actually just play this Talaria West and take it a little slow. We can cast 2 cantrips next turn, but I think we're just trying to find a land for this Arya Flame. Our record is we're 2-2 playing against Reed Duke up a game for the chance to make our money back. Okay, Lotus Field changes a lot of things. I actually think we're going to just start cantripping now. We do not need these Calario West. And then we'll Serum Visions again. Alright, we found our lands. So depending on what we draw next turn, I might just Aria. There's a Fulminator Mage. Fulminator Mage does slow us down still, so it makes sense to bring in. Yeah, let's go ahead and cast this Sleight of Hand. We'll take a Dream's Grip here. And then we can either Sleight to try to find the one card, or... Yeah, I actually think I want to Sleight. But I think we're going to try to Goblin him, actually. I think we'll take the EE. It's a free storm count, worst case. Thank you for everyone that is watching right now. If any of you haven't, please feel free to give us a follow, as we're actually doing I'm doing a giveaway at the end of the stream, but you unfortunately won't get entered into that one. But you will be entered into our giveaway for next month, which will be one of each of the new Commander decks coming out. The way you can enter into that is by giving our channel a follow, and you can earn some extra entries by either subscribing to us or donating to us on Patreon. So our opponent takes Reed takes our Dream Grip here, which makes a lot of sense. It's the card that lets us go with a little bit more mana. Hits us for 7, and then passes back. We draw another Lotus Field, which isn't great. So he has 2 cards in hand. We're at 7. I think we're gonna hope we don't die. And so we're going to play an Engineered Explosives on 2. Yeah. Explosives on 2, Lotus Field, sacking our lands, and then passing. This game's not looking too good for us. He had a pretty threat aggressive hand this game. Down to 2. So we have to be able to win this turn, but our hand doesn't really look like it can perform that. Liliana's fine. Just go ahead and discard this Lotus Field. So start with a Reach. Yep, you got this game. On to game 3. We kind of stumbled around a little bit too much there, I think. We didn't really get to play either the Aria or have a good way to do the Empty the Warrens, which maybe means we have a few too many win cons in our deck. Maybe we're supposed to bring in another Sift Through Sands. Like, this card's so medium without the Unspeakable. I feel like if we get to stick an Aria, we can do a lot of good things with it. What do you think, chat? Do you think we change anything up for Game 3 against the old Dukerston? What's your thoughts and opinions? I think just all of our win cons are really good against him. I think is the only thing. I could maybe see wanting this other Grape Shot, but I feel like we're never going to be able to value Grape Shot in this deck. At least not for enough against Jund especially. Here's the chat box for everyone that wanted to see what Reed Duke said. Just pretty much GG, and thanks a lot for being a fan. Alright, we're just gonna try this again. Chan's kind of slow, but we have a lot of cantrips again. I think I'm going to keep this hand. Kept his 7 with a ley line. So I think we're going to just go ahead and Serum Visions. Aria Flame and Psychic Puppetry. I think we're going to take the... Oh, this is Serum Visions stuff. I think we're going to actually top both. Might be a discard spell from Reed, I assume. Yep. Probably takes the Sleight of Hand here, which would be kind of awkward for us. Might take the explosives though, depending on how those threats line up in his hand. And he does take the explosives. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to play this Talaria West tapped. And then cast this Sleight of Hand. Take the Aria Flame, and now we just need to find a red source. Or if we find any land for that matter, we can just transmute for a red source. Opponent gets his Renin 6 on. Okay, another Sleight of Hand. Fiery Islet, Lonely Sandbar. So we'll take the Fiery Islet, play it, and then pass back to our opponent. So next turn we can transmute Talaria West. Or actually, we can Aria of the Flame next turn, and then transmute Talaria West for Lotus Field the turn after. Collective Brutality. So we probably lose the Psychic Puppetry here. Yep. Kind of unfortunate. Reed gets back his Bloodstained Mire, plays it for turn, cracks it. And then casts the Nile Spellbomb. What's up? Yeah, Collective Brutality plus Ren and 6 is actually a sweet little combo. So we're going to give our opponent a lot of life here. In the Jund list I was thinking about playing, I had a Weather the Storm in the sideboard, but I might actually put back Collective Brutality because that is a really sweet interaction. Lily of the Veil. I could play both. Jund's sideboard is actually pretty tight because of having to have the Leyline of the Voids, in my opinion. I think we're going to just discard the Dream Grip because we're really hoping to just, like, find ways to untap our Lotus Field. Of course, right after I choose to discard a spell, we draw Lotus Field. So I think we'll start by drawing with this. Sack these two. Then we'll deal 1 to our opponent and untap our Lotus Field. The graveyard isn't even a legal zone in modern TBH. You're not wrong. Nobody uses the graveyard in modern, let's be honest. That's only a legacy thing, right? The graveyard. So I think here we're probably just gonna discard this Talaria West to the Liliana, and then just keep pinging our opponent down with this Aria. We might have to send one at the Liliana if we need to keep cards in our hand. Or even the Ren and 6 maybe. So the run's about to ultimate here. The old Bloodbraid Elf. Oof. Into yet another Liliana of the Veil. So with this on the stack, I'm actually going to peer through depths. We're going to choose to do this 2 to Ren, because we are worried about it ultimating. What do you think we take here, chat? We have to cast this Reach on our turn. I think it's probably the Psychic Puppetry, but I could see it being one of the card draws. What does chat think? I think it's risky, but I think I'm going to take the Puppetry, because it's the card with the most potential payoff. And then we'll Reach through Mist with this still on the stack, and we'll do the damage to Liliana, that way we can keep a card in our hand. Land was not what we were looking to draw here, that's for sure. I will say again, land was not what we were really looking to draw here. So I guess we transmute this. And we'll grab a Lonely Sandbar. Play our land for turn and pass it to our opponent. This way we're able to cycle the Sandbar end of turn. Really seeing the usefulness of a lot of the lands in our deck this game. Which is part of the reason why I made the mana base the way I did. Yet another Bloodbraid. Into yet another Liliana of the Veil. So this one we can't do much about. So, it's going to be tough to come back from this for sure. But if there's a way we can do it, it involves that. I think we have to send this at the Renin 6 and hope we get an extra turn. Cast this Reach, dealing 5 to them. Cast this Reach, dealing 6 to them. Alright. Oh man, that empty would have been nice. And we discard our hand. We're like 2 spells away from killing our opponent though. But we don't get another turn, so... We're gonna need to hit big, chat. Okay. We need a 1-drop in the top 2 cards. 1-drop. Oh, that doesn't do it. Oh. Get a little communication with Reed Duke before getting out of here. So we 2-3'd, unfortunately. I think after playing today, I'm definitely off the Unspeakable plan. Man, those games against Jund were so close. I feel like there might have been something I could have done better if I was more familiar with this deck. So, if/when I play this deck again, I think these 5 cards are coming out for sure. I think... let me change quantity to 0. I can't remember its name, but I know it's a scroll. Merchant Scroll, I know, is one of the cards I'd put in. Yeah, thank you. I think When Matt Nass played the deck, he played the explosives in the main. And I could kind of see that. I didn't really have trouble with lands, so I think I would make one of these the explosives in the main. Two of these would be... what's that blue Vizier? Wonder if you type in what the card does, if you can find it. Let me try typing in Tumbling. Alright, good call on that. Vizier of Tumbling Sands, you're right. I'd probably try playing two of these. They were in the list from MTG Goldfish, and they looked pretty solid to me. And then the last slot could either be another Twiddle or another land. And I'm not really sure. There just isn't really enough slots for Manamorphose. Like, some lists play a couple, and like, that could be the last card you play. Like, it could be a Manamorphose. But, like, Vizier is better than Manamorphose, even though it doesn't count towards your Storm count, because it nets you a mana and draws you a card, to where Manamorphose just breaks you even. Like, the last slot could be, like, anything from, like, a Manamorphose to a third Twiddle to potentially a 21st land if you really wanted an extra land. If you do go a land, I'd probably go with the 4th Spire Bluff Canal. And then in the sideboard, I'd probably put in like a second Rebuild, I think. Because yeah, I've seen some lists playing a Shimmer of Possibility. But I feel like if I were to play a card like that, I'd probably rather just play like an Opt. So I think a one of Opt could also be the possible last slot in this deck. So like land, Opt, or Twiddle, or if you really want a Manamorphose, a Manamorphose. But I just don't think this like Manamorphose is that good in this style of deck. I think we want I think the Arias were great. Thing in the Ice could have been fine, but our Eldrazi opponent had a really good draw. And I think Empty the Warrens has its chance to shine. I think we really just want another answer to Chalice on 2. So we have like 3 answers for Chalice on that cost 2, 3 that don't cost 2. Then we have a little extra removal and Lightning Bolt and Fry. So I think that's about it for the deck right now. So before I sign off and before the giveaway, I want to take the time to tell you all to check out momsbasementgames.tcgplayerpro.com one more time for anything you need to buy. Any singles such as Hogak, Llanowar Elves, Lava Coil, or Aria of Flames, for example. If you're watching on YouTube in the future, hopefully you won our giveaway and will get in contact with us. If not, better luck on the next one. But check down in the description box below for all the links that I'm going to talk about. But also tune in live on our Twitch sometimes and check us out. For everyone watching on Twitch live right now, waiting for the giveaway, and everyone watching on YouTube in the future, thank you guys. But also try to check out our Facebook page and try to follow us on Twitter at momsbasementmtg. As well as everyone on Twitch right now, check out some of our YouTube videos for the best standard, modern, legacy, vintage, commander, and pauper content. On top of that, I would super appreciate it if you gave me a follow for all the twiddling nonsense you could need. I talk about Magic, League of Legends, TFT, memes, anything else you really want to talk about, hit me up. I actually, you can find on my Twitter this sweet screenshot I took. I actually took first place in my first ever TFT game where I won at 100 life. It's a pretty rare thing to happen in that game, and I was pretty happy when it happened. For a little extra social media, you can find Mom's Basement Games on Instagram at that, or you can find me on Instagram at RichieT2196. But I think that's enough talking. I think it's time to get to what you guys are actually still waiting for, which is the giveaway for the box of Guilds of Ravnica. That's right. One box of Guilds of Ravnica will be given away to a lucky winner today. So the way that I do the giveaways is I'm going to randomize it 3 times. The first 2 times you don't win, I'm going to make fun of you a little bit. But the third person actually wins the box. So let's get to it, shall we? The first name is, not now, Twitches Me 12. Congratulations, Twitches Me 12. You did not win the box. Better luck on the next one. Giveaway chance number 2 goes to XI Dark Foxy XI. Sorry, you did not win the box either. But the person who did win the box is, drumroll please, ZeroCool4098. Congratulations, you are the winner of the box of Guilds of Ravnica. Make sure to hit up Mom's Basement Games or Mom's Basement Streams on Twitch. Send us a whisper and we will make sure to get that box to you. I guarantee it was not rigged, Astro, as you've seen 3 different names pull up. But on that note, I hope you all have a wonderful night, and I will see you later.